people to Trend Beast. So when I started the page, I always told y'all I was gonna talk about things I like that were endearing to me, that I cared about. You know, cool things I thought was cool. But that means I'm gonna also talk about shit I don't like. Now, I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with what's been going on with Marvel. They recently, got a new Captain America series coming out, Captain America 1. Steve Rogers. Something and that other. I'm gonna say right now, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not reading any reviews of it. Actually, no. If you loan me a copy of it, don't, because I'll burn it. And I don't burn books, but that one probably won't have an issue burning it. Cause see, they took one of my favorite Marvel characters, and I'm not a big Marvel guy. Most of y'all know I rock with DC. Black Panther and Deadpool are cool, but for the most part, I've been a DC boy for the longest. But I've always had, I gravitated towards Captain America more so than Superman, because Captain America's story, especially as of late, because Captain America's story is real similar to something I dealt with. For those of y'all that don't know and aren't familiar with the Cap's origin story, Cap, his real name is Steve Rogers. Back in World War II, our country got involved in the war. Cap was a skinny little asthmatic kid from Brooklyn who wanted to serve his country and help fight. But he got turned away because he wasn't physically fit for duty. Till he signed up for an experiment, the Super Soldier Project, that basically turned him into a lean, mean American fighting machine. Now, those of y'all that know me know this. I have sickle cell anemia. I attempted to join the United States Navy. I was medically discharged during basic training due to my condition. So, someone who actually had the same issue I had, but actually found a loophole and was able to do what he wanted to do, is inspiring to me. It's also inspiring because Cap was never the type of person to let anyone push him around. He literally punched Hitler in the jaw. Dude stood for something. Now they've taken that and they've pretty much given that man the biggest middle finger that you could give any character, or that you could give his creators. They turned Steve Rogers, Captain America, the beacon of what America stood for, the man who wore the American flag on his chest, into a fucking Nazi. Yes, apparently they've reconned the story now that Captain America, since World War II, has always been a Hydra agent and will always remain a Hydra agent, and everything he has ever done has been motivated by Hydra. Now, I'm sorry. The Civil War plot line was kind of screwy. I'm not talking about the movie, I'm talking about the comics, for those of y'all that don't know. Didn't make a lot of damn sense, but I can get behind that because Cap, you could understand what Cap was doing with that. I could get behind that. A lot of other things Marvel has done in the past, changing Thor into a woman, making Sam Wilson, the Falcon, the new Captain America. I could get down with that. I mean, granted, I still don't understand how you're going to take Norse mythology and completely spin it, but I can understand. There's some reasoning that could be made for that. The one thing I can't understand, the one thing that can't be justified, I can't find a way to forgive this. How do you make a man who is literally anti-Nazi propaganda, written by two Jewish Americans, to basically be Marvel's version of Superman, to be basically a symbol during a time of strife when the whole country was terrified and scared shitless about this madman? We were scared of this madman in Germany who had this idea of a master race and they cleanse everyone. And they had the brilliant idea to make someone who pretty much looked like the master race. Captain America was blonde haired and blue eyed, and yet was the biggest fuck you to Germany that we have ever done, other than D-Day. A comic book character a children's story was turned into a symbol of what our country was made of. And today, Marvel shat on that legacy. They took their pants down, they squatted over, and they took an entire big, heaping, steaming shit on that legacy. I'm a little pissed. I'm a little more than pissed. I have my blue on right now, my American blue. Just to kind of further home the point of how Captain America this is. For me, Captain America died today. There is no more Captain America now. It's over with. I will still watch the Marvel movies provided they don't decide to make this stupid bullshit worm its way into the MCU. I hope they don't. I pray to God they don't. Because if they do, I'm a DC fan, so I guess I have to watch DC movies, even though they're not that good. But this is fucked up, man. This is upsetting. Normally I try to be a little more eloquent than this. I still owe y'all a music review, but I can't honestly put out any other content right now without talking about this. Okay, for those of y'all that might think that, brothers overreacting, let me break it down to y'all. Say, okay, let's take a figure that means something to y'all. Y'all mainstreams, y'all non-giggy people. Okay. Martin Luther King Jr. Everyone loves Martin Luther King Jr. I have a dream. Man stood for equality, peace, and all that. Now, what would happen if they made a movie or wrote a book about Dr. King in which he was a hateful, racially bigoted psychopath that went around shooting white people? No one would like that. A lot of people would be pissed off. You just took everything the man stood for and reversed it. That's what they did to Captain America. You took a man who literally, his name, everything he stood for, even the spinoff. See, a lot of y'all don't even know. Y'all know Captain America from the MCU. I was rocking with Captain America before Avengers, okay? I was rocking with him back when he was part of the team known as the Defenders. The original Human Torch, not Johnny Storm, but he was a synthetic android. Y'all don't even know about him. He had a sidekick named Toro. Fucking Submariner. And Union Jack. Spitfire. The Golem. These are jokes y'all don't even know about. These is like the original, like World War II comics. Goes back beyond what y'all know about. He literally formed a team built of other allied forces that were basically kicking Axis ass, man. His whole creation, the whole idea behind him was to be a symbol for our country, to tell Germany we were not afraid. To let people know that it doesn't matter what kind of evil pops up, good will always prevail and stop it. And today, Marvel just said, fuck it to all that. I personally don't even understand what the rationale behind this was. I want to know why the guy who came up with this idea wasn't immediately handed a pink slip and told to get his shit and get the fuck out. I don't understand how. I can't imagine Stan the Man's going to be happy about this either. Because, Jack Kirby and Joe Simon were good friends of his. So I can't imagine Stan the Man is thrilled about this. I don't know. I mean, granted, they had a falling out, so who knows? But I still think that Stan Lee's going to be a little pissed about this. Probably more so than me. This isn't going to end well for Marvel. I can't wait to see what Linkara says about this, because I know it's got to be good. For those of y'all don't know about Linkara, check him out. He has he reviews comic books, bad comic books. And I kind of hope he reviews it. I won't be watching it, because as much as I want to see this thing get ripped to shreds and torn apart, and I may watch it, I don't know. It's just, I have to calm down first. I'm still really, really pissed. Because Captain America is one of the few straight man characters I like. And by that, I have to break it down to you. My favorite characters have always been, different. My favorite DC characters are Batman and John Stewart, Green Lantern. Green Lantern John Stewart. I like other characters too. Those are my two favorite from DC. Batman, because he's dark, brooding, and brilliant mind. And, John Stewart, one, he's a black dude. Two, he's a Marine. He's a badass in his own right. My favorite Marvel characters are the Black Panther and Deadpool. Deadpool, because he's wild and kind of fucked up and psychotic. And Black Panther, because he's the king of Wakanda and he's a badass. But I've always had a soft spot for Captain America. More so than with Superman. I like Superman, but Captain America, I had a soft spot for because he was truly an American hero. He stood for what America should be. Not necessarily for what it was, because everyone knows this country's fucked up, but for what it could be. Captain America wasn't prejudiced. He was cool with black people, white people, Jews, Catholics. He didn't give a fuck. He cared about people. He was the symbol and the spirit of what I imagine our founding fathers intended this country to be. He's a kid from Brooklyn. He wasn't rich. He wasn't even that damn athletic when he started out. Wasn't the smartest. Just a regular kid with a good heart that managed to become something bigger. At least that's who he used to be. I don't have a fucking idea who he is now. All I got to say is I'm pissed about this. And Marvel, I wasn't really a Marvel fanboy to begin with. I rocked with y'all for a few different characters. But I wasn't exactly buying Marvel comic books like that. I read them in the library once in a while. Runaways is a good series. But one of the biggest Marvel fan. Damn sure ain't one now. If I ever was going to consider switching sides and becoming a Marvel fanboy, because y'all movies have been lit lately, that actually makes it worse. Because you just made a civil war that actually got the idea right. Actually made some fucking sense. Really good movie. Really kind of outlined who Captain America was at his core. On the heels of that movie, you released this steaming pile of dog shit. I hope you're proud of yourself, Marvel. To the rest of y'all, stay trendy, my friends. I'm out.